Hi. You're just about to watch the first ever podcast video that I shot in my entire life, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it. The only thing is, when I recorded this entire video, I realized that we spoke for like an hour plus, and I definitely did not want to bore you all with so much of content in one go. So I have divided the video into two parts. So the only thing is, it might end a little abruptly by the end of it, but cut me some slack. So I hope you guys enjoy it and you'll tune in for the second part as well, which is pros and cons of living as an international student. All right. Kia ora, hello, namaste. Welcome to season one of The Flip Side, where me and a bunch of my university mates are as clueless and are trying to figure things out. Today, for the very first episode, accompanying me is a friend of mine from back home. She is a true blue Gujju from Mumbai. Uh, she has one of the most beautiful smiles that I've ever seen, and she has skyrocketed energy. But I think she chose the path of misery when she decided to pursue psychology. So, welcome to the show, Mahi.
Thank you.
I hope you're having a good day.
Amazing introduction. Love that.
I am glad. Okay, so thank you for agreeing to do this in the
Of
first
course.
place. I think really want to start with something that is right at the start. Is to why? Why did you choose to or why did we perhaps choose to be international students?
True. Um, it's no secret that India has a lot of people and just as many universities and degrees, and it's a wonderful place to settle and work and have a family or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't really say anything really bad about India, but it doesn't have the kind of um, expanded variety of things that you want to do, and then the kind of cultural exposure you want. And that was the main reason why you choose to leave your home in the first place. Even if you're shifting somewhere else in India, you want to have that new experience, right? You want to expand your own perspective of what life can be like. So that was the thing that makes you decide that yes, I want to leave my home. And then you decide where. So of course, Canada, US, they're just popular choices amongst Indians, as you can see by the population in. But to be honest, my priority wasn't the country or whatever. My priority was the course, because it's a very important, big decision you're taking about your future career. So I was looking at the courses in all the countries I could find on my subject, like psychology. But the one that really drew my attention was the course in Waikato. So that's what made me decide to okay, New Zealand is a good country and I should move here. But let's see if it's actually.
So I think for me per se, I wanted to get out of the city because I feel like a lot of people in India have that dream care. I want to come and live in Mumbai. But because I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, I wanted to see what is
Out
what is
there.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the first thing. The second thing is, I think you somewhat always have that I want to live a foreign uni student life wala dream cooking up in your head. So I think that was one thing that sort of made me want to come abroad. When it comes to the country choice, again, like you, I did full research. Like I have a diary filled with all countries, pros, cons,
Exactly.
whatever, like Canada too cold, like all of the sort of things, right? And then I think why I chose New Zealand. I think I chose.
Happened.
Yeah, no, because I think I chose because the course was something that
Yeah.
that matched very well with what I probably
Exactly.
wanted.
Yeah.
And the fact that the climate, the people, and whatever you've heard about New Zealand till date has just
Yeah.
balanced out what things that you probably want
True.
in a uni life. Also, it matched the financial situation.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's important to consider too.
Yeah.
Because while US and Canada have that glitz and glam about it,
Yeah.
but the dollar is just too strong. It's too strong.
Yeah.
Which you have to consider. You have to be realistic about what you're doing.
It. So, when it comes to the decision of moving abroad, what were your parents situation or take on it? Because was it like Ja Simran Ja, Ji Le Apni Zindagi, or was it like no, like what was their take on it?
Um, Honestly, my father wanted me to do a degree in Mumbai
Hmm.
from a very reputed college called TIS. So
Hmm.
it's known for
Yeah.
social
I have a friend who's
sciences.
doing from this.
Yeah, it's known for that. So you
Yeah.
have to give like exams and stuff. But the problem was that my end sem exams for
Hmm.
my last year of uni back home and my entrance exam for TIS were
Hmm.
literally aligned. So I
Hmm.
had to, that whole semester was just me running from
Hmm.
uni work to preparing for this, and like it
Yeah.
just went back and forth, back and forth.
Hmm.
So of course I couldn't like perform as well, and
Hmm.
I really have no regrets, but
Hmm.
because I really prepared like my best and did whatever I could.
Hmm.
So I gave that exam, gave it a chance, and I didn't end up qualifying.
Hmm.
So there were two options left: either I actually look for courses outside India, or
Hmm.
wait a year and give that exam again.
Hmm.
So my father really wanted me to do that, but
Yeah.
honestly, I reasoned with him. I said, "See, you want me to do like big things. You want me to study a lot in life, okay? And I
Yeah.
cannot afford to waste year after year
Just to
preparing
like
for
getting into that one. Yeah.
exactly."
Yeah.
And then we look at the curriculum for that course. Even if
Hmm.
it's a reputed college, the curriculum was like it was not that expanded. Like it was just basic.
Hmm.
It was not, it didn't have the kind of practical exposure and the kind of things which I would have gotten from like
Back home.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I decided to look at different universities, seeing
Hmm.
like what I wanted to do. And of course, even if I would have studied there, I would have eventually, like, I always wanted to leave India. So I,
Hmm.
even after doing 2 years of masters in this, I would have anyways like looked for courses outside India.
Hmm.
So instead of doing that, like waiting for 2 years and then doing that, I thought might as well start looking now.
Yeah.
And once it was decided that I wanted, then they were all supportive and they just helped me with my
Hmm.
research and everything.
Yeah.
And in fact, my father was more meticulous about it than I am.
Hmm.
He really just like we went to a couple of education fairs and everything. Like we searched every option, like
Hmm.
literally. But yeah,
Yeah. I think for me, my parents were always of the idea that they wanted me to like see and explore around.
yeah,
Like they wanted me to have that foreign
true.
education experience. And they obviously wanted me to have working experience there as well. Like
Mm.
they didn't want me to like, just go live a uni life, have fun,
Come back.
get drunk, and then come back. Like they didn't want me to do that. They wanted me to really make something out of it.
Exactly.
And so I think that is probably like they were pretty chill and cool with it, and I think we were just waiting for the right time with finances to come in
Yeah.
so that it happens. Like I would have loved to even go and study undergrad abroad,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was the right time
True.
back then, and
Yeah.
so it just happened now. Um, but yeah, I think I've never really seen them not being supportive of the idea.
Yeah.
I think probably the only reason why parents sometimes might be hesitant would be for them to like know the stories behind the
True.
beautiful painted picture,
Yeah.
or probably because their finances are not going to be
Yeah.
viable enough for them to like
Yeah.
send you back. So yeah, that was one of the things. Since you spoke about education fairs, like I remember like starting with the
Yeah.
process, like just like I want to go now.
Yeah.
What? Like there is
Yeah.
no
True.
like
Yeah.
one way or two ways to go about it, right? So like, did you always want to like just find one agent and do it, or did you want like, did you think about doing the entire process by yourself?
Of course. So initially it was just me and my laptop in my bed at like 12 a.m. till
Yeah.
like, I don't know, because I have insomnia, bouts of insomnia. So
Yeah.
just like looking at on Google, searching, like opening every website of every university, looking at
Yeah.
all their curriculums. Like it was just me reading, 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 and reading.
Mm.
But you don't really know the like the specifics of it, because
Mm.
you, how much can you put on a website?
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of interaction with the website as you can
Yeah.
when you are talking to people.
Mm.
So once you start looking, like reading, some things about the universities you are
Mm.
looking at, and then you go to education fairs and you get to meet agents from that university, right?
Yeah.
So they come and they give you their side. They tell you exactly how it works, what's
Mm.
happening, and the reality. Like I cannot say it's a reality, but they give
Mm.
you a more real picture of what it would be like to be a student of a certain university.
Mm.
So that was helpful to just converse with someone and like know, okay, oh yes, I understand what you're saying just
Hmm.
because you're saying it to me and I'm not just reading it
Hmm.
online in some beautiful flowery language on some
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
So that was there. And when as far as like admission process
Hmm.
like that's concerned, I was really happy that I found um, an agent or like agency that was trusted, reputed.
Hmm.
I had people who suggested to my, I had family friends who suggested like, okay,
Hmm.
yes, this place is actually reliable, so you can
Yeah.
go through that. So that actually took my mind off it, just because I only had to like gather the documents and
Documents.
everything at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Nobody can come and do that for me.
Yeah.
But just to someone to give me a list or some like a structure for me
Hmm.
to go through that process was very helpful.
Yeah. I think I I knew that I can't do it by myself on the very first day. But I know a lot of people are like very well versed with
True.
their documentations, and like
Yeah.
they understand legal formalities and how those processes
Yeah.
work. So for the ones I think who know that can probably
Do it by
even do
themselves.
it by
Yeah.
themselves. I chose to go through an agency. Now in India, I think there is that concept of private agents and
Yeah.
public agents, or not even public agents, they're just called like agencies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the narrow part is like some do it for free,
So
some
do
take money. Yeah.
money. Yeah.
And I happen to visit both
Yeah.
with the
Ooh. Wow.
so the ones who charged money, right? Like I went to them for like those one free sessions that you can have with them.
Yeah.
I didn't get any information out of them because they obviously want you to come back. And then I went to an agency that is quite popular,
Yeah.
and that is like like they just gave you all
True.
the information that you needed,
Upfront. Yeah.
and then it was on you like whether you
Yeah.
want to go about it or no. And I think that is probably why I ended up choosing that agency as well. For the ones who are in India, I love this third world breaking. But so yeah, for the ones who are back in India who are planning to take their
Apply.
journey, yeah, and probably you're thinking of UK, USA, Canada, New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of these agencies that are available for you to apply through. There are a few links that I'll be adding in the description box below. So if that helps you, feel
I
free.
think we should also like warn them a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
because there are you should do your own research first, because
Yeah.
these like as I said, the people who take money, the paid agents,
Yeah.
they will always sell the universities to you. They'll say, yes, this is perfect for you, this is perfect for you. They'll always try to convince you that whatever university they are suggesting is right, just because they want you to like apply through them.
Mm.
You should know if the university you are going to and applying is perfect for you, and then you choose what and who you
Yeah.
want to go through with it. Yeah.
So, considering this point, what do you think are like the top 3 or 5 things one should consider when deciding upon their university?
Oh my god.
So,
First.
like, let's like we can discuss it together. I
Yeah.
think for me, the primary thing would be comparing the course, the same course. So, like, if you've decided, oh, okay, you want to do MSc in Psych,
Yep.
this is my course,
Yep.
and now how, like, what is the difference between these unis in the same country? I think that would be the first thing for me.
True.
Um, the second thing would be um,
I don't know. I feel like I would like, yes, the course is important and
yeah,
comparing is
yeah,
important, but you should know what you want to do, like what you want to work as,
ah,
where you want to work, what should your ideal work scenario look like? Because
hmm,
a very important factor for me
hmm,
to choose New Zealand was that I know the work like life balance here is good.
yeah,
Like I know that employment opportunities in my field are there. Like
hmm,
you should consider all of that. Like
that, yeah,
there are like, because sometimes what happens, especially for like the big countries like US and Canada, you just go for the you're like, I want to work in US, and you go there, and then you end up doing something third, just because
hmm,
your degree didn't work out,
yeah,
you didn't end up getting the job. And like those things are important, because as when you're doing especially a tertiary degree like us, like
yeah,
masters or postgrad,
yeah,
that is the like just the step before you start working. So it's
working,
just
yeah,
like one step before you start
yeah,
working.
yeah,
So you have to consider that before you
yeah,
choose your country.
yeah. And I think another thing when it comes to the uni that you really want to
Yeah.
go, like I know for a fact that US has this entire different lifestyle about college
Yeah.
and how they picture their uni life to be.
Sure.
It's not really the same everywhere else. Like
Yeah.
you are not walking into parties 24/7. That's not happening.
No.
Neither like are you walking yourself into a fashion parade where three mean girls will end up walking and the cars are flying and like all of those sort of things. Nothing like that actually
Nothing.
happens. But like I think I can say this about New Zealand per se, because now that we're here and we hear about the other universities as well, is the fact that the studies is what actually interested me
True.
much more than the rest of the things.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, like I think here people do party. It's not that people don't party. No offense, we do party. But it's not the only prevailing thing in a uni student's
True.
life. Like the studies are important, the adventurous options that we
True.
have to do are important. um the fact that they give you enough time to like prepare for what you are studying
Yeah.
is what is something that's more important. Like back home, you're like 1 week study break, next week
Yeah.
write exams for 100 marks, and then the third week forget what you actually
Yeah.
learned. But here it's different. Like
Yeah.
every week you are learning something
True.
or the other, which is what we call the course description as to
Yeah.
how your course will be
Yeah.
following. And I think that is something really important to check out when
True.
you're like choosing your uni.
True. And the one good thing about New Zealand is from the get go, we were just thrusted into the studying, and that never like made me doubt, oh my god, is my course right for me? At least
Yeah.
I know that what I'm studying is something I want to do in the future.
Yeah.
So despite everything else, that is one good thing, like that
Yeah.
it's consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like probably one of the pointers that also I would consider is the fact that how well reputed the university is. Like I know there are a lot of these public colleges or public
Yeah.
universities that are also in line with the main domain universities, but I think even if it's not in the top 10 rank, like I don't
Yeah.
think that is important. But the fact that it is well reputed and it is in a list somewhere,
Yeah.
that that
True.
is that is reflecting on your CV that okay, you studied from a particular
Yeah.
university. Like I think that is also important.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people do consider that in like when you're presenting your CV to people who are going to give you jobs in the future, do really consider where is it from. Probably not the fact that you're distinction or metric pass,
True.
but the fact that okay, you're coming from a well
Well
reputed
repeated.
university.
Yeah. That is important.
So in your complete honest opinion, when you began the entire application process and when you were in the middle of all of it, with visa filing, university filing, interviewing, getting photos done, documenting everything, getting all notarized,
Oh my god.
all of these things, right? In the middle of all of it, did at any point you feel like it's too much, like, or is it like too overwhelming?
Oh god. I don't know. I'm pretty good with anxiety, to be honest. I just it's my no, but it's how I function. Like every
Yeah.
single day, it's my default. To be honest, being I just took it. I thought about it as one of my other assignments for uni. So it's basically something I have to submit before the deadline was over. So I worked through it by step, and it really helps that you have support around you. Your parents help you with like the stuff you don't know how to do. The agents are supportive, they keep you updated, they give you their things, so those things are important. But the most, I think, the oh my god, I can't do this anymore point was the waiting really just, it was about to like, I was about to crack.
Burst, yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, what is
Yeah.
happening, give me a decision.
Decision,
And
yeah.
like I know that universities have a lot to consider before giving someone like admission and stuff like that, but it was just a little too long for me to wait. I was like, because you want to come to a certain university, so you put all your hopes and dreams and you put all your effort into like applying for that. You do your best and everything, give the best interview, do everything to your max, and then you're just waiting because you're thinking like, what if that person, like what if the university doesn't end up giving you admission, then what are you going to do with your life? So those thoughts are really difficult to like,
to deal with.
yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
think so. Now I had a longer procedure because my
Yeah.
passport application got stuck
Oh.
because I was making my passport for the first time when I when I was 18 years plus.
Yeah.
So it was a minor to major change.
Oh God, that's bad.
And then there were issues, and then like I waited for 2.5 months
Yeah.
before I could like get my passport in
Huh.
place. But after that as well, like the entire process of
Yeah.
applying for the uni, and then there is a wait.
Yeah. Oh my God, the waiting is
Yeah.
the worst.
Then when you get into a uni provisionally, then there are all of those documentation processes that then there is another wait. Then you've applied for accommodation, you don't know you have roof on your head, there is a wait. Then then once that all is sorted and you're like, okay, can I pay the fees? No, wait, visa is not here. Then there is another wait. And I think that visa waiting, right?
That's the worst.
The process, like the timing, the processing timing. I remember counting days, like 4 days down, 15 days down, 25 days down. Like, yeah, you don't know when is it arriving, right? Like, you've been given a ballpark that itna zyada time lagne wala hai. Yeah, and then you don't know in the middle of all of it when is it actually arriving. And I remember very well, I was in office, and it was like 30ish odd days down. Like, I know it was more than 30 days. And for some reason, I just kept thinking about it. And it was lunch break, and I started crying in the office.
Oh my God.
And I was like, who should I talk to? I don't know. And so I walked to my friends who were having lunch, and I go to them and I suddenly start crying. They're like, what happened to you?
True.
And like, it's not a bad feeling, and I get it that the universities need their own time, embassies need their own time to like, process everything, and every file is this large for them to actually go through. But yeah, that is something that definitely kicks you in, and I think you need to be prepared for it.
And the worst is doing everything like virtually alone. Like your family knows, and then your agent or whoever you've done it with, they know. But then you don't have someone who's going through the same thing as you. Like, like now that you're speaking about it, like, oh my God, that was me, me. But like, now what's the point of
now,
like, what's the point?
Yeah, because even if you have friends, obviously, like who are applying abroad, they're definitely not coming in your own country. Every country has a different processing time. New Zealand has a very long processing time. But yeah, it's just something you need to be prepared.
The one thing that gets lost in this waiting period is like I get tunnel vision. Like when I have to do something, I'm just focused on that. So I was so focused on the fact that I reach here, like literally every step, to buying plane tickets, to packing, to everything. And the focus was to come here. Okay, come here. Once I was here, I went through this period where I was just like lost, because you don't know, you've not processed the fact that you've left your home for good. Like you never process that. You're just thinking, oh my God, the waiting, the reaching here is the destination. But then
but so when you arrived here, did it feel like it's a dream come true, or was it like just all very mundane? Like
it wasn't mundane. It wasn't like, oh, so boring. It wasn't like that. Of course not. It's like a new experience for you. But you're more focused on getting stuff done, like because you're setting up your house for, like, just setting up your own life by yourself for the first time. You're focused on, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. Again, you're task oriented for a while. Once that's done, then you feel that, oh my God, what's happened? Like, then everything, then the reality starts setting in, and you realize, okay, you are actually in a, like, something you dreamt of a year ago has actually come to fruition, and you are actually, like, year, like, that sets in later, much later. Like, it was like 2 or 3 weeks into my course started, I felt like it, okay, I'm doing a degree from international university. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Like, I remember so I arrived earlier than all of you because my course began earlier. But before even my course began, I came in 1 week early just to like settle in and all of those sort of things. It was so quiet. But it was 7 days, right? And I knew that it is 7 days before I meet somebody. I think I pushed myself to be rigorously doing something or the other all the time. Like, I remember waking up going like, I have this to do. You have all of these to-do lists prepared, and like, but I don't remember traveling or exploring anything, because I was like, I need to find people first to like be able to do those things. But yeah, I think eventually, like, first there is that entire phase that, okay, meet new people, and then you go around, and then you like go to clubbing and all. But then eventually there comes a time when life becomes like supremely mundane.